Hey everybody, and welcome back to another Into the Chicane Quick Pit. It's been a while, so long so that the Las Vegas Grand Prix has already come and gone. Oh, you didn't hear about it? Well, listen up, dipshit, and I'll fill you in. The inaugural Formula One Las Vegas Grand Prix finally happened last weekend, and to many people's surprise, mine included, it was f***ing dope. Though it wasn't exactly smooth sailing. Let's go back. Formula One fans were already a bit skeptical on the track layout because it was basically a glorified oval track, which F1 does not race on, that kind of looked like that spider pig from The Simpsons. Remember that thing? But we thought, maybe a couple high-speed sectors will be its saving grace. Hint, hint, they were. In the weeks leading up to the Grand Prix weekend, many locals and even some tourists were not happy about Formula One moving in because the necessary construction to build the track, paddock, pit lane, and grandstands had taken over the Las Vegas Strip, complaining of excessive traffic, block views, and a disruption to the Las Vegas lifestyle. I'm not against any of it, but a city whose entire image is centered around excessive gambling, drug use, adultery, and hookers handing out flyers complaining about a loss of culture is fucking hilarious. Don't get mad at me, Vegas, but you live in a gift shop. Nonetheless, they made their presence known, going as far as tearing down screens that were intended to block track views for those who didn't pay for tickets. And I can't blame them. If I lived there, I'd want to stand on that bridge and take a peek too. But F1 is a sport, sports is a business, and ticket sales are their bread and butter. Them's the breaks. Imagine getting mad that Allegiant Stadium wasn't made of windows. And things only got worse as the weekend kicked off. After over a year of waiting, hype, and speculation, cars finally hit the Vegas Strip for the first official session of the Las Vegas Grand Prix for FP1, only to be halted, red flagged, and canceled just 9 minutes into the session after Ferrari's Carlos Sainz drove over a manhole cover that hadn't been properly secured. The extreme ground effect of the Ferrari ripped the cover out, shotgunning it into the chassis of his car and destroying an engine component, causing Carlos to need a 5th power unit of the year, thus going over the 4 allowed and taking a 10-place grid penalty. Very unfortunate for the rightfully disgruntled Carlos Sainz, but this is a street track, those are the elements, and what can go wrong will go wrong, because oh baby, that's F1. This is where things got really bad before they got better. With FP1 canceled to clean up debris and secure the open manhole cover, FP2, which was already scheduled to start at midnight, was pushed back 2 hours, so track officials could ensure all manhole covers were secure. So free practice 2 didn't start till 2 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. Bad enough as it is. But the worst part is general admission, grandstand, and paddock access closed at 1:30, so everyone who was there for practice sessions was kicked out and told sorry, no refunds. Imagine, if you will, you were one of the people who could only get one-day tickets for Friday practices just for the chance to see F1 cars running on the Las Vegas Strip, only to get kicked out at 1:30 a.m. after seeing just 9 minutes worth of glorified warm-up laps, then going back to your hotel and being kept up till 4 in the morning by the sound of those very cars that you paid for but were unable to see. Oof, tough break. Other than that, the rest of the weekend went off without a hitch. FP3 went fine, other than Williams' Alex Albon losing a tire, causing a red flag with a mere 5 minutes left in the session. Qualifying was exciting, with the 2 McLarens shocking everyone with a Q1 exit, the 2 Williams locking out the 3rd row, and Ferrari's Charles Leclerc besting his teammate and world champion Max Verstappen to take pole position. The race started at 10 p.m. the following night after a little snafu of an oil spill in the starting grid and quite possibly the most awkward moment in F1 history between UFC hype man Bruce Buffer and Red Bull Racing's Checo Perez. At the start of the race, Max Verstappen passed Charles Leclerc on turn 1, obviously. Fernando Alonso went ice skating, taking out half the grid and causing a yellow flag. Then a few laps later, Lando Norris said, "Anything you can do, I can do better," and decided to end his night early. From there, the race was non-stop action. The mostly high-speed circuit caused for great racing with plenty of overtakes and great on-track battles, leading up to an all-time shootout between Max Verstappen, Sergio Perez, and Charles Leclerc in the latter moments of the race, before Max ultimately ran away with P1, leaving his teammate to do battle with Leclerc, where they went back and forth, trading positions until Chuck late braked the out of his Ferrari outside the CVS to pass Checo and secure P2 on the last lap of the Grand Prix. There was also a great midfield resurgence from both Alpine drivers, especially Esteban Ocon, and everyone's favorite rich boy, Aston Martin driver and brand new owner of the world's worst goatee, Lance Stroll. Other than the disaster of FP1 and FP2 and F1's not-so-stellar treatment of their fans, the Las Vegas Grand Prix was an absolute banger. Fans and hopefully locals can be excited about future races, as Vegas is contracted to stay in F1 for the next 10 years. But for now, we move on to the final race of the season in none other than Abu Dhabi. This has been your Into the Chicane Quick Pit Peace.